Hi everyone, my name is Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do the theme for the week for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. And we're also going to ask each of the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, how do they view the connection? Also, I wanted to offer, I'm going to start doing this now, offer 10-minute free readings to any new subscribers. Also, if you've already subscribed and you would like a 10-minute free reading, then please comment below and let me know that you already subscribed and you would like your 10-minute free reading. And that is one question, and I will do for 10 minutes. And so I will start doing that. So because I suspect I may get a little busy with that. I will probably post maybe every other day, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so let's get started. Let me start pulling the screen over. I like to kind of do it up close like this so you guys can see the cards better. But let me just, also if you have a nice, not like this big, but if you have a rose quartz in your home, what my guides are saying is that I can, project a reading into my rose quartz. And if you have a rose quartz at home, you might get more clarity or something where my guides are going to give you something extra to your guides. That's what they're telling me. So I'm leaving this here just in case, and maybe there's some extra clarity there. It's called crystal work is what I'm being told. Okay, so we'll start here and let's do this. Also, okay, so we're going to do the DM on this side and the DF on this side. Can you see the screen here? And so feel free to switch. So if you relate more to the DM side, then that is the side you should take, or if you relate more to the DF side. Also, feel free to take both sides as your, reading, since we are the DM and the DF, right? We all have both DM and DF energies within us. Okay, so also we're going to do some mirror work as well, because as you know, our Divine Masculine has no choice, or our Divine Feminine has no choice but to, relate to us as to what's inside of us, right? So, wherever we're at, okay, vibrationally, energetically, anything that's unconscious that's inside of us is being mirrored out of us, well, by anyone, to be honest, but especially our twin flames. So I like to do mirror work and shadow work to help everyone, okay? Just so you know, my intention on this channel is to help everyone get into twin flame union and to empower the DMs and the DFs to be a clear channel for the divine. Have fun, okay? And then you go ahead and make your own intentions. Okay, so let's start with the DM. What is the DM? Also, when you subscribe, sorry about the 10-minute free reading, if you subscribe, you can put a comment down below, or you can email me at twinflamealchemisttarot@gmail.com. Let me know that you subscribe. Let me know that, or if you already subscribed, and then let me know what your one question is. And that will be a private video sent to you. Okay, I just wanted to get that out there before we started. Sorry. DM. Theme for the week. DM. Theme for the week. We're ready to start. What is the DM's theme for the week? Okay, it says the liminal dance, delicacy, fragility, transience. Ooh. Okay. That's a beautiful card, huh? Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that, yeah, so maybe when it comes to the fragility and transience, okay, what I'm getting is that they are probably tapping into their shadow side this week, and that way they are becoming more transient, right? It's becoming your authentic self. Okay, I should probably show this card while I'm talking. So it's all about, waking up to your authentic self, becoming more transient to your own self. Like I said, let us block things that are inside of us that is unconscious. Okay, and then when things get mirrored out of us, right? So if we're triggered, that's how we know. Okay, and it makes us a little fragile, it makes us a bit delicate, but it's great, right? Because that is how we become more whole. Okay, but let's look at the Divine Feminine. Let's look at the Divine Feminine. What is the theme for the Divine Feminine? What is the theme for the Divine Feminine for this week? And again, feel free to relate to both sides since we are the DM and the DF, or vice versa. Or, just take one, whatever fits. We have the gift. Beautiful, the gift. Can you see that? Okay, and it says present, honoring, offering, right? So it's all about being present. So the theme for the week for the Divine Feminine is that it looks like many of you will be in the now, in the present, honoring yourself in whatever way that means. Maybe it's in a nurturing way, okay? And they call it the gift. And it's like you're giving yourself a gift this week of like really being present with yourself, really honoring yourself, really loving yourself, really treating yourself really well. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so that is the Divine Feminine theme for the week. That's awesome. Okay, let's take a look with these cards. Let's get another. What theme is the Divine Masculine, please? What theme is the Divine Masculine I have this week? What is the theme this week? And whenever you click on this channel, it's the right time for you. That's why I don't put times up anymore. I'm not even saying what day it is, because whatever day you're on here today, this is the week that you're going through. Okay, so for the DM, it says the energy is gaining momentum. Beautiful. That is so nice. I hope this is not so blurry. Sorry if it is. Okay, so the energy is gaining momentum. Woohoo! All right, so what does that mean? I should probably get a clarifier, huh? Well, let me ask. What does this mean? Can I have a clarifier? Let's see if I get a clarifier with this deck. What does that mean? The energy is gaining momentum. What does that mean? What does that mean? The energy is gaining momentum. What does this have to do with, please, for the DM? What does this have to do with? Ooh, adjustments are required. Okay, so they're getting momentum and they're adjusting to something. Woo! Okay, so the DM, and maybe this is you, right? Because you can switch it off. Now let's ask the DF. What is the theme for the DF this week, please? And again, whenever you click on this, I don't care if it's next year, this is the right time for you. This is what's going on. All right, DF, what is going on this week? Ooh, prosperity lies ahead. It says new moon in Taurus, okay. Prosperity lies ahead. Let's get a clarifier on that one. Prosperity lies ahead. What does this have to do with? Prosperity. What does this have to do with? Well, prosperity lies ahead. Well, we can also connect it to what we just saw, right? Prosperity might have to do with honoring yourself. Conclusions are within reach. Ooh, there you go. Conclusions are within reach. So that's nice. That is pretty prosperous, right? Coming to conclusions. It's in your reach. Beautiful. All right. So again, however you want to relate to, the DM is beautiful. So the DM is doing the liminal dance this week, and they are being a bit more transient. Okay, they are going in their shadow side. They are becoming their authentic selves is what I'm getting. Okay. Also, their energy is gaining momentum, and they're making some adjustments. Whereas the Divine Feminine, I'm relating to the Divine Feminine side, but the Divine Feminine is, present, honoring themselves. Actually, I also relate to the DM side, to be honest. Okay, and then prosperity lies ahead and conclusions are within reach. So, beautiful. Now let's talk about the connection. How does a DM view the connection this week, okay? How does the DM view the connection this week? This is for the collective, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate, please don't make it fit. How does a DM view the connection? And then we're going to mirror it, okay? We're going to mirror it after that. How does the DM view the connection? Ooh, interesting. Okay. So this time we got the Hangman, okay, and we got the Emperor. Okay, beautiful. All right. So what I'm getting from these cards is that the divine masculine is now feeling like they are an authority where they're getting it. They're making the adjustments, right? And you know, according to these other cards, they're gaining momentum. They're getting clarity. They're becoming more transient. They're understanding something about themselves that they didn't understand before. Becoming a little bit more fragile, opening up. Okay, there are things that were unconscious within them that they didn't even know existed. All right, they are becoming more authentic, transient in themselves. So therefore, they see this connection as like maybe they're more of an authority. They look at the connection like they understand it more. They're trusting it more. They are doing their own thing. They're not following other rules now. They're following their own rules now. They see a path, okay? They also see that they need to sacrifice. They need to sacrifice at this time. You know, they need to sacrifice through these adjustments that they're making, through their, you know, becoming more authentic in themselves. Also, the Hangman is a new perspective. They have a new perspective on this relationship. Okay, so let's also get a clarifier. Okay, why is the Hangman and the Emperor card here, please, for the Divine Masculine side? Also, feel free to relate to the Divine Masculine side. Okay, why is the Hangman here with the Authority? Yeah, Dragonfly. So we have becoming light. Okay, it says finding out things, coming to light, adapting, changing, healing. That makes total sense. Things are coming to light for them this week. Things are lighting up. They are gaining momentum. They are making some adjustments. They're making tremendous, you know, there's some kind of, they have some kind of knowing now and authority. They're making the sacrifice for this connection now. They're making, yeah, this is what they're telling me. They're making a sacrifice for this connection now. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the Divine Feminine. I'm like, where's my Divine Feminine cards? Here they are. Okay, so how does the Divine Feminine view the connection, please? How does the Divine Feminine view the connection? How? How does the Divine Feminine view the connection this week, please? Ooh, okay. The way the Divine Feminine views this connection, well, we got 3 of Pentacles and we have 10 of Swords, okay? So the way they're viewing this connection is that, yes, they're viewing that it was a very painful ending, which, by the way, there is a universal secret to this. Also, if you're interested in a reading, also email me, by the way. And I do a reading where I do offer the universal secret to those who are ready for it. Okay, so the 3 of Pentacles is all about the collaboration, okay? And so it looks like the Divine Feminine does look like, feels like, you know, that painful ending is over and, you know, it's time for a new beginning. And you're starting to look at the connection as a collaboration where we're both working really hard on our own, you know, shadow side, our own mirror work, you know, you name it, you know, whatever it is that you're trying to work on, loving yourselves, you know, really understanding, you know, the being all one, right? Knowing that, you know, we are the DM and the DF balanced together, and that we have to balance our own selves out, right? Knowing that we are a bridge of unconditional love, our twin flames, knowing who we really are. Okay. And so that is what is going on. That is how the DF is viewing the connection this week, which is beautiful. Okay, so let's take a look. I got this for the Divine Feminine. It's the same exact cards, but this way I can see if it's actually mirrored. I like that to see. Who knows? I'd like to see. I'd like to give it a shot just to see if it ever gets completely 100% mirrored. All right, the DF. the DF. Why is the Ten of Swords with 3 Pentacles here? Why? For this week, why? What's happening here? We got cassette. All right, so this says outdated thinking, replaying events over and over in your head. All right, so for some of you, this means you're realizing that your mind, not your higher mind, right, but your mind, sometimes your ego mind, you can call it, is playing the past back in your head like a cassette over and over and over. It's driving you nuts. Maybe driving your vibration down a bit. And so for some of you, you're having this awakening, you're having this epiphany. Now you're starting to honor yourself, right? You're giving yourself the gift of, I'm going to honor myself, I'm going to love myself, I'm going to offer myself like the most nurturing life possible. And I'm going to be really, really happy from moment to moment. So a lot of you are realizing that this cassette playing has got to go. Okay. And then for others of you, you may still have this overthinking. Maybe you're overthinking, and maybe you just, thinking maybe. So maybe I'm getting a couple of things here. So for some of you, you are focused on the painful ending. You're focused on the past. Okay. All right. Maybe not ready to forgive. And then, and that's okay if you are here. So for people who are here, this is a learning process. This is something, that's where you do the most growth. When you're down and out, okay, when we all hit rock bottom, which we all do, we all go through that dark night of the soul more than one time, where we have to shed our belief systems, where we have to shed what we always thought to be true, shedding it, releasing it. It's kind of painful, not going to lie. That's also could be a painful ending to yourself, right? So if we mirror this is a painful ending of your old self. So maybe you realize my old self was this way, and now I have to deprogram myself. And I no longer want to be programmed. So the cassette player could also be the programming. So, our parents, school, right? The news, just regular TV, radio, anything that may have programmed you in the past is now being released. And you are starting to honor yourself, and you are coming to this new you. You are giving this gift to yourself. Okay? And this is a collaboration. You know that you and your DM, that you aren't the only one suffering, that the divine masculine is also suffering. Okay? They are also making this sacrifice. And that the divine masculine is gaining momentum. Okay? And they are making adjustments right now. And they are becoming very fragile. They are really opening up and becoming more authentic to who they really are. Okay, and the divine feminine, I feel like, is a little bit further along, and are like pretty much the conclusions are within reach here. Okay, so for some of you, the cassette player could be the programming, right? The conditioning, the programming over and over. It's like what people told you, your belief system that's bringing you down, and you're realizing what's not serving you anymore. Okay, now let's go ahead and get some advice. Let's get some advice. Let's start with the divine masculine. Let's get some advice for the divine masculine. And again, feel free to take both, right? Because since we are the DM and the DF, go ahead and take both. Wow, it says creating reality. It says, live your best life by design. You have amazing experiences, freedom, lifestyle, infinite potential. Right. So on the DM side, you are creating your own reality. You're no longer buying into what the programming tells you to do. You're no longer buying into what everyone else tells you what love should look like or what relationships should look like. You are now building your own template. This is, like a paradigm, a new shift. Okay. And let's look at the divine feminine. Let's look. What advice does the divine have for the divine feminine? What advice? Heart-mind union. Okay. This says harmony of heart, joy, vision with mind, plan, action, faster manifestation, highest vibration. Yeah, you are having union with your heart and your mind. You're going into union. You have You're also, what they're telling me is that you're also harmonizing your DF and your DM. You're also harmonizing the past, present, and future. You're harmonizing any imbalance that you have in your life. You're having union with the all, the one, the source. You're in union with your shadow side. You're in union with your twin flame already. As monks will tell you, it's not about the physical. That's why they're in isolation. The enlightenment's all about spirit. So they're always, being in one mint with the divine, which is what we already are. Okay. And so that's what this is saying. So in this, okay. And then the higher the vibration you go into, the faster the manifestation. So be careful in what you think about. So just know this is what's happening. So as you're thinking about your divine masculine, and if you're thinking all good thoughts and that you're really, really excited to see them and you are very sure that this is going to work out, just know that is mirrored back into your divine masculine and they are feeling the same way. But the minute you start doubting it and saying, but what if, and I don't know, and I don't think so, and you know what, maybe I'll just, drop it. And the minute you do that, now your divine masculine goes into doubt because at first they're like, oh yeah, this is great. I think it's going to work. And then they go into doubt because both of you are just a mirror. So just know if one of you is in doubt, it gets mirrored in the other. Okay, it doesn't have to be just the divine feminine. If the divine masculine goes into doubt, then the divine feminine goes into doubt and vice versa. It's just one big mirror. So both of you have to mirror back to each other. Someone has to start it though. Someone has to start having the trust and the I know this is going to be, this is the reality I'm creating, right? You're creating your own reality. Remember this, okay? When I believe, I will see it. Okay, because right now we're programmed to say, when I see it, I believe it. Okay, that's the program, that's the 3D program. Now that you're in the 5D, the new shift is I believe it, therefore I see it. Okay, and so believe it. Believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it. And always know that the universe has your back. And just know, always know, and you can even say to yourself, this is what I will have. And I will have twin flame union. Now, the funny thing is that sometimes there's something better, and that's okay. You will be open to something. Now, I'm not saying another person. I'm just saying there's always something that the universe wants to give you. It may not look exactly the way you thought it would look, but it's better. Okay. So that's all. Just trust that it will be what you're thinking of or better. Who knows what that better looks like? I don't know. Who knows? All right, so I don't know why they asked me to pull this, and I don't know if it's going to fit, but these are more like shadows. So this is kind of like shadows that you might want to be working on right now that might help you, because since we do have a lot of growth this week, right? So the divine male, never say male, masculine, right? Masculine. The divine masculine is sacrificing this week. They are becoming more fragile, more transient. They're gaining momentum. So let's just see. What does the DM need to work on? What does the DM need to work on? Maybe this one. Yes. They need to work on this oh, yeah, they do. They need to work on this non-action. The heck's with the non-action? Well, they're just mirroring back what's in us, okay? That's really what it is. They just have no choice but to mirror back what's inside of us. So the non-action is something that has to do with us. So mirror it back to you. What is it about non-action? So what non-action are you, what are you not doing? What action are you not taking right now? So of course you want your divine masculine to take action towards you. That's what we all want, right? And the divine masculine wants to take action towards their divine feminine. There's no doubt in our minds about that. So when it comes to non-action, you kind of have to mirror that back to yourself and say, well, what action am I not taking? Okay. So it's all about loving yourself. So this is beautiful. So this is the answer. The action that you should be taking is exactly the gift. It is honoring yourself. It is offering yourself the life of your dreams, okay? Because this is you in another body. your twin flame. And as you offer yourself the life of your dreams, that is what you'll attract, okay? If you think about the lack of somebody or the lack of love or the lack of something in your body, the universe has no choice but to manifest that in your life. You know, like that's what you'll be mirroring back to you. But if you are in this feeling of I'm in abundance and I have all this love and my life from moment to moment is perfect, and I just, I'm in, and that doesn't mean stop loving your twin flame. That doesn't mean forgetting about your twin flame, because remember, this is a mirror. If you forget about your twin flame, they will forget about you. I know that sounds weird, but that's how it works. Do not forget about your twin flame. That's not what this is. This is sending love. This is you in another body. Don't forget about yourself. This is you in another body. Love your twin flame. Send just in the morning, just send your heart out through your heart chakra. Send out that loving energy to your twin flame. And then that's good. And then don't obsess over it. Don't think about it. Don't overthink it. Just know and trust and just say, and my life is good no matter what. Okay. So the non-action could be a good thing, right? So it's like non-action means not overthinking. It could be looked at that way, or the non-action could be looked at, well, what kind of action should I be taking? Only you know the answer to that. I don't. Let's pull one for the divine feminine. What possible shadow does the divine feminine need to be working on at this time? So we have envious. Envious. Okay, so maybe there's some comparison going on here. So maybe this is a shadow that you need to work on. So remember, we're all one. And so sometimes when we long for something in ourselves, or even it could be like a longing for God, since we are one with life source, you could be longing for that in someone else. And so let's just say let's say you're envious that someone has something that you don't. Maybe your best friend's married, and you're envious of your best friend being married and having children, or whatever that is, okay? And just know that's a longing for something that's in yourself that's lacking. That's all it is. That's all this envious is. And so you just have to fulfill it in yourself. So that means being married to yourself. Put a ring on it, right? Being married to yourself, right? Being in love with yourself and, honoring yourself, being present with yourself. Yeah, because trust me, and I know this to be true, okay, is that when you get married thinking like that's where your happiness lies, trust me when I say it doesn't make you happy. Marriage doesn't make you happy. Having kids doesn't make you happy. It's what's inside makes you happy. Like you within, that happiness within, and enjoying your own life and nurturing your own self. That's what makes you happy, because sometimes you lose yourself. It's like you have to wear a mask, all right, to be this perfect wife, perfect mom, and it's not what you thought. And you thought, oh, this person has something that I don't have and they make me happy. Well, they can't make you happy. That's not their job, okay? And so I think you know where I'm going with this. And so envious could just mean that, maybe the grass isn't greener on the other side. Maybe you're realizing that. Maybe you're realizing, really take a look and see if you are envious of someone else, and just say, are they really happier than me? Because I guarantee you'll find that they're not. All right. So one more shadow that I kind of wanted to do just to see what would happen is a mirror of, so what we're doing, how do you view the connection? So we could do, how do you view the connection with yourself? How do you view the connection with yourself? How do you view the connection with yourself? We'll start with the divine masculine. How does the divine masculine view themselves? I'm sorry, the connection with themselves, because we're going to mirror this. How do they view the connection with themselves? Wow. Okay. So they view their connection with themselves pretty shockingly right now. They're having epiphanies galore. Okay. Upheavals, transformations, sudden changes. Okay. That's the opposite of non-action, right? So there's some action happening on. They're doing some sacrificing, creating their own reality. They're making these adjustments. Okay. Their energy is gaining momentum. This is beautiful. All right. So let's look at the divine feminine. Okay. Whoops, I want to use these cards just to make sure, just in case it's not mirrored. All right, so how does the Divine Feminine view the connection with themselves? How does the Divine Feminine view their connection with themselves, please? That was too many cards. How do they view the connection with themselves? Okay. Well, this came out reversed, but it's unconditional love, giving and receiving affection, and falling in love. Okay, what did Oscar Wilde say? Something like, when you love yourself, that is the greatest romance of all, I don't know, of your live long life or something. I don't remember the exact quote. But like when you learn to love yourself, that is when the real romance begins, like for the rest of your life. And so unconditionally loving yourself, giving yourself and receiving your own affection, falling in love with yourself. So for some of you, that is what you're doing for sure, since that is the gift that you're giving yourself, honoring yourself. I mean, it's almost like I can't describe it when it starts happening. When you start really feeling into this, you start feeling into the honoring yourself and offering yourself this beautiful life, and like you're offering yourself like everything that's wonderful and beautiful. I can't describe it. It's almost like it's almost like a utopia is the best way I could describe it. You feel like you're in utopia. And I don't know if this is how monks feel, even though they're isolated, but it's so weird. But it's like you go into this utopian feeling of, I am so honored, I am so loved, I love myself so much, and I'm treating myself, and I can't wait to do this for myself, and I can't wait to do that for myself, and I'm treating myself to this, and I'm treating myself to that, and it's always healthy, right? It's not like ice cream. I mean, it can be once in a while, but you know what I'm saying? It's kind of in a healthy way. All right, so let's do this. Let's get some messages from the Divine Masculine. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I'm sorry. I wanted to pull like another theme for the DM and the DF this week. I did pull my runes. I very rarely do this. I don't know why I can't do a 20-minute video. It seems odd to me. I talk a lot. Okay, so for the DM, okay, perfect. And for the DF, what's the theme for the DF this week? What is, okay, there we go. All right, so for the DM, we have this R-looking thing, okay, rune, and this is called, I can never say it. I'm reading it right now, but I can never, it's like Raido or Raido, R-A-I-D-O, all right, and this is about the journey, the destiny. So, yeah, so it's all about them going through this. Well, it has a lot to do with this momentum. You know, it's like they're having momentum on this journey, right? They're going through this shift, right? They're going through, here it is, adjustment. Whoops, sorry, the adjustment. So this is the journey rune. So they are, or they could be going on actual vacation this week. Who knows? Maybe they're going away this week. That could mean that. But it's really about, you know, the journey, the destiny, the traveling. They call it the wagon. Okay. The Divine Feminine. So for you guys, we have the Isa. Anyway, this is about standing still. It's about focus. It's about concentration. This is beautiful. And so it makes total sense, right? So it's so weird how they have the journey, the DM. So this could be you as well, right? It could be your theme. You're on this journey. It's like you're moving and you're shaking. Okay, this non-action is more for the Divine Feminine at this time, not the Divine Masculine. The Divine Feminine is all about the non-action. It's the stillness. It's the yin. It's the focus. It's the concentration. It's the meditation. It's the yoga. It's the going within. That is the theme for this week. That is beautiful. And then we're just going to do some messages from the DM to the DF. And then I will do some other readings. As you know, I do all my probably most of the time I do my readings in one day. since I work a full-time job. Okay. Can I please have a message for from the DM to the DF, please? Can I have a message from the DM to the DF, please? It says, I'm afraid to take that next step right now. Interesting. I'm afraid. Ooh, they're afraid. Okay, so there's some mirroring going. So let that mirror back to you. Okay, so why are they afraid? So let's figure this out. Why are they afraid? Is it because you're afraid? Are you afraid of something? Are you afraid of rejection? So you always have to mirror this back to you, right? Okay, so there's 3 levels, right? There's 3 levels to this consciousness. The first level is the world is happening to me. The second level is the world is happening for me. And the third level is the world is me. Okay. And when you get to that level that the world is me, you realize something's being mirrored back. So let's figure this out. Why is the DM afraid to take this next step right now? What is it about me, right? So that's what we're going to ask for the DM. What is it? What are we afraid of? Oh, interesting. So there's some, okay, so that's it. So what I'm getting from this, it says date, okay? So what this could mean is the DF might be afraid that they're afraid of the DM making a move because, well, A, maybe you're afraid that they'll leave you and start dating someone else, or, maybe you might feel like there's somebody better for you, I don't know. It depends on the person. This is a collective reading. Okay, let's find out. Let's do one more question. Okay, what perhaps are you afraid of? What perhaps are you afraid of? Why is a DM afraid to take this next step? Why? Could be some overthinking going on, right? When they're in fear. It could be the DM and DF aren't balanced. Yeah, looking at pictures. Okay. So maybe looking at your photos, missing your nostalgia, making new memories. Okay. So for some of you, maybe you're watching each other on, it could be social media, it could be pictures, and there is maybe some kind of for some of you, there's an imbalance, right? So if we're talking about fear, you can see this chart. I get this chart off of the wakeupexperience.eu. And if your DM side of you is in fear, this could mean that perhaps on the DF side of you, maybe you're feeling either a bit needy for your DM, or maybe you're fearful of being alone. Okay, because I did see envious there. Maybe you're noticing people who are maybe married or with people, and maybe that's making you fear maybe a bit feeling the fear of, maybe being codependent. I'm sorry, maybe not the fear, but being codependent and not feeling like you're enough without your DM. Or maybe for some of you, there's some martyrdom going on. It just depends, but this is a collective reading. And just take what resonates and leave the rest. So if that's happening, if you might, and that's okay, because that means you're in a awesome learning process, okay? And you're just learning to figure that part out of you, okay? Because from what I'm seeing here is that conclusions are in reach for you, okay? So it just looks like for some of you, I know you have to mirror it back to you, okay? So some of you are afraid of something, so figure what that could be, okay? What could you be afraid of, okay? But let's pull one more for some of you who don't feel that way. Some of you might be saying, nah, I'm not afraid. Nah, I'm good. Nothing to be afraid of. But, I think most of us are, right? Fear of the unknown, right? And that's okay. We're afraid, oh, they're never going to show. They're never going to come back, right? But when you have that feeling inside of you, what that does is it gets mirrored back to you from the universe and by your twin flame counterpart. They have no choice but to feel the same way as you. So when you're in fear, they're in fear. Sometimes it's even a subconscious fear. You could use the emotion code to help you figure that out. So this one says, I am not awake to this connection, but for some reason you're still on my radar. Oh, we got that last week. Okay, I am not awake to this connection, but for some reason you're still on my radar. So this is an easy one. So for some of you, If you feel like your DM is not awake, we're going to call the DM sleepy. Doc sleepy. Okay, so that means your DM is not quite awake at this time, but even though you're always on their mind, maybe they're not quite awake, and this is just for some of you. This is definitely not all of you. But for some of you, it could be because you're confused. And if you're confused, it could be anything. If you're confused, if your DM will ever come back, if you're confused about this twin flame stuff and what's going on and why aren't they coming and why are they doing this and why am I? And of course, there is a universal secret to that. For some of you, maybe you're depressed about it. Maybe you're just like not feeling like it's going to happen. Or some of you even want to flee it, right? Maybe you want to get off this twin flame union. Maybe you're freezing, like you're just like, I don't know which way to go. I'm kind of frozen here. And you're not kind of like in this whole, trusting in the universe and maybe present and honoring yourself and, being really like in trust, knowing that the world is me. Okay. That type of, energy. So if you are kind of, and it's okay if you're out of balance, don't worry about it. It's so easy to get into balance. Okay. So you got from here. Okay, that means your DF is a little bit excess, and so your DM side of you is a little insufficient. So the way to get into balance is to become more nurturing towards yourself, nurturing towards your twin flame, send love to your twin flame, be receptive to your twin flame's love back to you. Okay, and having patience with your twin flame, knowing that your DM side of you and your twin flame are forward going, they are giving, and they are working on themselves. It's just a knowing, right? You just trust in the universe. That's the fifth dimension. It's a lot of tests going on here. Alrighty. Well, let me just pull one more for those of you who are like really in the gift. Yeah, they're really in this gift stage here. Like, I am the gift. What does the DM want you to know? What does the DM want the DF to know, please? What does the DM want the DF to know, please? Aw, the thought of you still does things to me. Okay, there we go. That's the balance. That's the balance of the DM and the DF, right? The thought of you still does things to me. That's beautiful. All right. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. If you do subscribe, please let me know, and I will do a 10-minute free reading for you. I'll just move this over. 10-minute free reading. And so you can go ahead and email me at twinflamealchemisttarot@gmail.com. And please also, you can comment below if you already subscribed and you would like a 10-minute free reading. All right, thank you so much. I am very, very, very grateful for all of my new subscribers and for clicking on my channel. And I do hope this is helping you. If there is something that triggers you, please comment. I do want to connect to my viewers and help everyone with whatever trigger you may have, because it's just a mirror. That's all it is. They are feeling the same way as you. All right. I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.